Hey everyone, 'tis I. I am in my car. It is running. I'm keeping the air on because I don't want to I don't want to sweat on video, to be honest with you. But I want to talk about parental estrangement and calling the shots. And I'll tell you my experience when it came to when my oldest daughter left home like a thief in the night. She was gone one day. I came home and her room was mostly empty. Everything she wanted to take with her, she took. She left behind a bed and a dresser and some hangers, but other than that, her room was empty. I had no warning, no nothing. And so, anyways, I cried, shut the door. Eventually, my youngest daughter admitted she had helped my oldest daughter move out, and that's all she wrote. And so, my youngest daughter was at home for a while until she estranged. So, by the time they were each 19 years old, each one of them had estranged and parted ways. And so, I remember my oldest daughter came back after a few months, had her with me. I confronted her. I was with a friend. I took my youngest daughter and her, we went to get something to eat. I confronted her and she walked out of the restaurant, called a friend and got a ride. And then came back a few years later after that. Um, I think she was living in Appleton, came back to me. And I was really excited because she was like, Mom, I'm really sorry. It'll never happen again. I need you and blah, blah, blah. And I said, why'd you leave? She goes, well, because you yelled at us. I said, how often? She goes, well, it was once a month or once every couple of months, but we were afraid. And I said, well, I'm really sorry. All I wanted to do was make sure you guys were raised without going wayward or getting in trouble with the police, and you're really good kids. So I think I did a pretty good job. So when she came back, of course, I wanted to post on social media because I was really excited and I wanted to tell my friends my daughter's home and prodigal daughter's back home, etc. And she said, I can't. Don't post my picture on social media. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell her dad, and don't tell her sister, which my daughter youngest was now estranged as well. And don't tell anyone because they don't want me to reconnect with you. So I did tell my friends, but only through Messenger. I didn't make it public. I told people here and there, and they were really excited for me. And she was home for a while. And then I thought, why am I being kept a secret? Why is our relationship being kept a secret? Why is it not okay that you have a relationship with your mom? And so then I did start telling people, and by that time it was a while had passed, and I thought, well, this is just really weird. So anyways, I did end up telling people, and I don't think they were happy. Her dad and her sister were not happy that she reconnected with me. So the problem with estrangement is they'll come back and they want to, they're the puppet master, and you're Pinocchio, and they hold all the strings and they say, well, you're going to move this way, you're going to move that way, you're going to say this, you're not going to say that, and I'm going to be in control, because if not, darn well they'll leave again. If you don't do what they say, they will walk out. They did it once before, they'll do it again. And so for a while I said okay, but then I'm like, oh, to heck with it, whatever. And so that was fine. And she ended up estranging another time. We were together, we had an apartment. I helped buy her a car. I was the main signer. She was the joint signer. And she had the car. Ended up estranging again. Took the car with her. And after, I think it was 2 more years after that, she's gone. I don't know where she's at. And I get notification from the bank that she wanted to defer payments. So she deferred 5 payments over time. And then she dumped the car with a $9,000 loan balance in front of my apartment while I'm moving. I met my guy and I'm moving into his house. Thank God I was still in the midst of going back to my apartment. And she said, you can afford it. I can't. I'm not paying for this anymore. And she addressed me by my first name. That's what happened. And so they hold the strings. What you have to do is you have to cut those strings. You have to say, no one's going to control me, how I talk, this and that, and whatever. So anyways, that's all I wanted to say. And I'll be back.